Would I be overreacting if I ended my 11-year relationship with my fiancé after catching him cheating for the second time, even though he swears he learned from his mistakes? I, 30F, and my fiancé, 37M, have been together for just over 11 years now, engaged for 9 years this New Year's Eve. We have 3 boys together, ages 10, 7, and 4. In the 11 years we have been together, we have had many ups and downs, including having all 3 of our boys have many health issues. The older 2 are cardiac and have had several open heart surgeries each, while the youngest is still cardiac, but it's very mild compared to his older 2 brothers. The youngest has never had any procedures done yet. Despite all the stress and arguments that come with that, we have always come out of that stuff stronger as a couple. Well, back in 2017, my fiancé went out for some drinks as a guys' night, and when they went to a bar, they ran into other friends. Some females were in that group as well. One female in particular my fiancé has had a past with. She was married when this happened, but I doubt her husband to this day knows about what happened. I didn't find out right away, and the only reason I found out was because me and this female were becoming close friends as our kiddos always played together, and she was in the friend group that my fiancé and I would sometimes hang around with. My fiancé wanted me to hear it from him before she had a chance to tell me, as he thought that would soften the blow. Yes, I was upset at first because it was betrayal, but when I saw her not long after he had told me, we went out camping with her, her husband, and her 2 kids. I had asked her about it when it was just the 2 of us. She then told me everything, and it turned out that my fiancé had told the story a little different and left out some parts. My fiancé told me that since the other friends that were on the dance floor knew they had history and now both in serious relationships, their friends kept them separate. But what she told me was completely different. Turns out they did come in contact on the dance floor. So to say that my trust for him was broken was an understatement. But we both agreed to work through it, and he promised me it would never happen again. Fast forward to now, July 2025. About a month ago now, end of June, I was at my parents' house and had found an old phone, and when I asked my mom whose phone that was, she said that my oldest son had brought it over for a sleepover one night and then forgot about it, so it has just been there, dead and not being used. So I decided to charge it and see. Well, once it turned on, I figured out it was my finance's old phone. When I went into it, that's when messages started showing up, like real-time messages. It was with him and some other woman. So I clicked on the messages, and they only went back to that morning, so it was obvious by their conversation that messages had been deleted. She was getting suspicious that I or someone else was in his account because the messages were being read, but he wasn't replying as fast as he normally does. I decided that I would confront him that same evening and see what the hell was going on. The things that alarmed me in their convo was the name-calling of sweetheart, babe, etc. When I confronted him that evening, he had admitted that he had been talking to her, and it was only a couple of weeks. I was hurt, broken, and angry. I swear I went through all stages of grief in an hour. We had talked about everything over the next couple of days, and things were okay with us, but I still had this gut feeling that he wasn't telling me the whole truth. For some context, this other woman he had been talking to lives on the far east side of Canada, where we live on the west side, but he is originally from the east. On the evening of July 10th, I had finally pushed him to tell me what he was hiding or lying about. At first, he kept saying nothing, but I wasn't having it. Our security system has a camera in our garage as well as outside, but he told me to come inside. I assumed it was because he didn't want to be recorded saying whatever it was that he was going to tell me. So we went inside, and he took both of our phones and put them on the kitchen table, and we went back to our room and sat on the bed. That's when he admitted to me that it had been going on longer than the couple of weeks he had told me. It turns out it started in October of 2024 when he went back home for his nan's funeral. He said they had been talking on and off since then, and most of it was about us and the stuff we were going through as a couple, but I didn't believe him. He keeps saying it wasn't an affair, but I keep arguing that when you delete and hide messages from your spouse, that's cheating. If there was nothing to hide and nothing wrong going on or being said, then why would you delete messages? Not to mention there were also phone calls between them. First it was 1 or 2, but the night he admitted the 9-month thing, he also said it was more like 10 to 15 calls in the 9-month span. I also need to mention that the woman he had been having this affair with is also married. I had contacted her husband when I first found out about the affair, as I would want to know if my spouse was stepping out on me, and he didn't believe me. I've been trying to work with my fiancé and keep this relationship afloat, as he has sworn many times that this was a lesson learned, and he will never ever do it again because it's not fair to me and he doesn't want to hurt me. Blah blah blah. I've always promised myself that I would never stand for cheating, and I've already let it go once, but the love I have for this man and the good memories and times we have had together is fogging my mind and is what's keeping me here. He agreed to go to couples counseling and whatever else he needs to do to gain my trust back and prove it'll never happen again. There's more to our relationship than just these 2 times that I know of caught cheating. I have a full-time job. Yes, it's from home as I run a day home. I take care of the kids and everything to do with them full-time, and also the house full-time. I've sacrificed my life so he could follow his dreams and climb the ladder at work, so I started working from home to save on daycare costs and everything else, but the details for that is a long story for a different time. So would I be overreacting if I finally threw in the towel and said I was done? Even though part of me doesn't want to give up? Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, and I'll catch you in the next story.